Guys, we are here. It is off to Canada this week for the first of 3 races this month. Oh, I love a good race weekend. And the fact we get 3 in a month, oh, it fills my heart. Yep, let's get into it. Let's talk about why Canada is going to be the big changing point for the rest of the season. Let's get into it. So the easiest thing to do, first of all, is let's look at some of the key parts of the track. And not only that, I'm going to go through my bigger prediction in terms of who I think will overachieve, underachieve, and a hot take. But let's look at some of the things about this track. I'll start with some of the stats, easy to go into. So, obviously, the first Grand Prix, 1967. No one's going to remember that realistically who's watching this video. So, I won't worry about that one too much, would we? But, moving on from that, the track length. 4.36 kilometers, which means it's not a particularly long track. As you see with the lap record, 1 minute 13. It's actually on one of the lesser sides. It's one of the quickest tracks we're going to have. They are going to be flying around this track and they're going to be doing it. But what does that mean for us? Does that mean we're going to get safety cars? Does that mean we're going to get overtakes? Come have a look. Let's have a little look here. As you can see on your screen here, most poles go to Hamilton and Schumacher. Guess what? Most wins also go to Hamilton and Schumacher. They are obviously masters of this track. Can Lewis find some form? Well, my hot take is coming up in a minute, so just hold fire. You can see here, they had the longest race in F1 history, which was the 2011 one as well. And as you can see, 4 hours, 4 minutes, 39 seconds. And if you don't remember this race, then I'm going to do a video on this race, so I'm not going to ruin it too much, but please have a look at this race. Go look at it. It's absolute carnage. Jenson Button at one point is last. Spoiler alert, he wins. There's a comeback. There's just craziness. There's all sorts going on. Please, please, please go watch this race. It is F1 gold. One of the best races there's been. There's just chaos, carnage, rain, all the good stuff. So go check this race out. Please don't let me down. Comment down below your thoughts on that one as well. Now here as well, we have the pole run to turn 1 braking. And we've seen before in the past, as we can go into it, Lewis Hamilton Alonso. A little dabble for you there as well. Throwing it down into that corner. We should get a nice start. Hopefully we get a start where people are actually challenging. I would like somebody not to get the greatest start on the front row, because recently I feel like everyone's start has been kind of even. Everyone's had a pretty good start in the last few races and just all pulled off together and kind of stayed in order. So I really like a good one there. I like a nice little turn, maybe someone little shot at the inside, especially if Verstappen's first. Someone's got to try, because if not, he could be off into the distance. But anyway, we move on. As I said before, we'll get on to the overtakes. Don't be so hasty. Just relax. We're all here. We're having a good time. We're having a laugh. Now, overtakes completed in 2023 with 46. If you actually go through many of the races, it's actually quite a few in recent races, and I think we should be able to get something. They've got a very long back straight, and even the straight itself, well, goes into a bit of the corner in turn 1. It's not the longest, but I think it's enough if people can nail it. Obviously, you've got Champions Wall, you've got all this kind of stuff as well, which can collect a few wings, a few bumps, a few little, breaks here and there, you don't know. Someone can get a little dodgy turn in. If with enough pressure, anyone can go out of this race. So just remember that as well. Safety car probability, 67%. Obviously same as virtual safety car as well. Now listen to me. Listen to me. I don't like that stat. Imola, 100% guaranteed. We will get a safety car. No safety car. Besides the red flag in Monaco, none. Are the drivers too good? Is that what it is? Are they too safe? Ooh, is that what it is? Comment down below again. Just let me know. Do you think they're too good, too safe? I'm not sure. I'll actually lean towards too safe at times. They want to manage their tyres for too long and they don't press each other. And then it becomes a bit too routine for them. So just throwing it out there. I'd like someone to send it a little bit more. Pit stop lost time, 18.35 seconds. Yes, and obviously you think of safety cars. This is where a safety car could ruin everyone's race. Anyone's race can get ruined at any time. If the pit stop catches you out and a safety car, whoa, we can see it as well. Because if you know the track and you know the layout, when it comes to the pit, obviously, they will go right towards the Wall of Champions. They have to obviously continue down, they swoop slightly to the right, and then left into like a nice little chicane. So, with that being said, with the pit stop just being straight across and almost cutting it out, once everyone's neutralized to a slow pace, oh, you'll gain. Oh, it will be the perfect timing. Okay, listen, I'm not trying to be greedy. I want it to rain Then I want it to be dry. Then I want it to rain again with a late little bit of dry. I'm asking for a lot? Maybe. Maybe. I want chaos. I want 3 safety cars. Maybe even a red flag. I don't know. Depends who's winning. Depends who's leading. How far? What's going on? I want carnage. I want chaos. It's all I want. I'm not asking for a lot. I want safe driving. Before someone comments down below, oh, I'm looking for this. I want safety. Everyone relax. I would love safety as well. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying, we just need some sort of entertainment. So let's move on to this as well. So we know already that the safety cars, we know everything that can happen, but what will happen? Obviously like a mystical ball. Don't want to use the mic. That will sound horrible. Sorry for that. But let's look at it. So in terms of who do I think is going to overachieve? I think it's going to be Ocon. I think he's faced a lot of backlash. He's going to be so motivated. It can go one way or the other. I don't think he can underachieve. He had a great season. But he's overachieved, I guess. But I think he's going to be up there. I think he might even nick a top 8 spot. I think he's going to be right up there because I think he's going to be so motivated. He's going to be so determined to prove everybody wrong. He's faced a backlash after Monaco from fans and from spectators as well. He's obviously now been dropped from Alpine moving forwards. He'll obviously leave at the end of this season. So I think he's fighting for a seat. There's a lot going on. I think he's going to pull something out of the bag. Who do I think is going to overachieve? Well, I've already said that. Who do I think is going to underachieve? You nearly got me. I think it's going to be Max Verstappen. I think the Wall of Champions is going to do just what it says it's going to do. It's going to collect a champion. And who's our champion at the moment? It is Max. It is going to collect him. I think he's going to struggle there. I think he's actually going to have a really dodgy race. I don't think Red Bull are as out of sight as they used to be. I feel like McLaren, Ferrari, they've all got them in sights. And I feel like they're reining them in and there's a bit of a fire. There's a hunger to get to him. Can Max respond? Of course he can. He is the best driver on the grid, has been there. So I can't really say that he's not the best until he's removed from that spot. The same as Hamilton was the best until he was removed from that spot from Max. But right now, Max is the best on the grid. So I'm not going to doubt him. Even this time of the season where Red Bull don't look perfect, he pulls something out the bag. I can't get onto this guy. He has proved time and time again. He's done it. So I think he is going to underachieve, and I think it is. He could easily prove me wrong, of course. It's Max Verstappen, but I think he's going to underachieve. I think he's going to struggle, and I think we're going to see a race open up where I think, who do I think my winner's going to be? I'll tell you in a minute. I'll tell you what I will think. My hot take, my big hot take, a Mercedes will be on the podium. And if you don't think that's a hot take, you're just waffling. You have to be. A little bit like me. But anyway, I don't think it's going to be Lewis. I think it's going to be Russell. I think he's going to nick a spot, but I think a Mercedes will be on the podium some way, somehow. Do I think they'll win it? Ooh, I wouldn't back them to win it. That's a big call. I ain't making that call. You ain't catching me like that. But what I will say and what I will do is the winner of the race, my opinion, I think it's going to be Charles Leclerc. I think he's going to put it together, get a win. And I actually think Lando might have a slight struggle this weekend. He may get second. Fair enough. I'll apologise. I hope he wins. I love it. I love either of them to win. I want the title race to open up. I'd like both of them to finish higher than Max because they closed the gap on him, giving us an actual championship fight. Would love that. But I think there will be a McLaren on there as well. And I think it's going to be a whole mix of different ones in the top 10. I don't think it's going to be Ferraris first, then Red Bulls, then no. I think it's going to be all mixed up, which is what we want. We want racing, so please give us that. Comment your predictions down below. I want your hot take. I want who you think is going to overachieve, underachieve, and all the rest. Fire your favourite Canada moment, actually, down below. How about we do that? That sounds absolutely lovely. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.